So you talk about regrets. So another way to look at regrets may be mistakes or failures or fumbles or setbacks. What are some of the common failures or mistakes you see people making as a seller?
I think thinking back on Watermark's history, one example would be that the buyer underestimates. You asked about sellers for the seller. A seller sold the business to a buyer that underestimated the importance of those business owners in running the business, and they quickly let them go, and then the company they just bought goes down the tubes. That has happened to one of my clients. And so then there's this regret that they sold to that company, even though they sold at a high multiple. That was their baby, and they watched their baby just starve to death. Another regret is that a lot of times successful businesses get approached by acquirers to enter into what we call a preemptive offer. Mm-hmm. Buyers don't want other buyers at the table. They want to be the only ones at the table. And so a regret in hindsight often for the seller is that if they had not been lured into that one buyer, but instead had considered a broader process where they brought multiple buyers to have a competitive process, they would have gotten to a better outcome. Mm-hmm. I can go on and on. Another is that when the seller first gets a valuation, they don't hire a firm that sets up 5-year projections that go into a discounted cash flow model. I'm getting very technical. I'll try not to get too technical. Leaves money on the table most often. And it's hard to build projections on businesses that don't typically run that. The CEO doesn't go through that exercise organically. So valuation, how valuation is done early on can be a big mistake. Contingency payments. A lot of times companies sell 40% of the time to get a deal closed. The seller has to accept what we call contingency payments or earnouts. Mm-hmm. That can be 20%, 30% of the entire purchase price. And I would say arguably maybe half the time those earnouts aren't fully captured. So purchase price is lost. Not at the close, but a year or two later, and there's a huge regret. So regret goes on and on and on.